Hey, Nikki Brown here. No matter where you are, what part of the world you are in, I hope that you are having a good day. So, I just wanted to do this video about what about your so-called friends. So, of course, the world, or most of the world, is familiar with what happened with Shanquilla Robinson. But I was just watching a video about a young lady, and I don't recall her name. I will probably post it in the description box. But the young lady's from Miami. I'm sorry, from Houston. And she decided to get an apartment with one of her friends that she knew for about 6 months in Miami. And so they're roommates. And they were all on their way out. So the two girls are rushing. One of the girls couldn't find her phone. So she asked the other young lady, can you help me find my phone? And the girl was like, yeah, I'll help you find your phone. So then she goes, your phone is right there. And she's like, where? Like, kept asking her, well, where is the phone? She's rushing, so she's not looking or thinking clearly, so she didn't see the phone. She was like, why can't you just tell me where the phone is? And the young lady's like, well, because you never look for anything. And basically, like, the phone's right there in front of your face. Just look for it. And so after a few minutes, the young lady finally finds her phone, but she's, really overlooking it because, again, she's rushing. So then she was like, oh, you're being childish. And then her and the girl starts to kind of go back and forth, and she was like, oh, you're crazy. So the girl says, I'm gonna show you crazy. So she goes in the kitchen, she gets a knife. And first she's like just talking normally, and then all of a sudden, she shows the girl that she has a knife, and she was like, well, what are you gonna do with that knife? And the girl's like, well, I'm gonna show you crazy, whatever the case may be. Now fast forward, the young lady had already stabbed her brother once before. So when they're still going back and forth, and so the girl raises her hand to pull the knife back, and the other young lady tries to grab the knife, but of course you can't really grab a knife. And the girl proceeded to stab her 6 times, once in the stomach, once in the back, I think several times in the back, and at least once in the stomach. She said you could see her ovaries, and she was holding a portion of her stomach in her hand. And I don't know, this is just a message to you have to be careful. I think that a lot of times we use the word friend loosely, and even I've been guilty of using that word friend loosely. And sometimes or you can tell that someone is jealous of you, or you can tell that someone doesn't like you, or that they're envious, or they want something you have, whatever that looks like. Jealousy, envy, whatever that looks like. And although they may think they're hiding it, there's always clues. Just like if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, there's usually always clues. Sometimes it starts out with verbal abuse or play fighting. So this person may say something condescending or belittling or just sarcastic, but a lot of times every bit of sarcasm, there's some truth to it. Or every joke, there's some truth to it. Like, that's what that person really thinks or how they really feel, even if they're trying to project it onto you. They're really telling you how they really feel or what they're actually thinking, but they try to play it off as if they're actually joking. Now, was it okay for the young lady to call the girl crazy? I mean, you have to kind of know who you're talking to. But if you've only known this person for 6 months, you may not know those little nuances. Like, some people are okay with you saying, shut up, you stupid, you crazy, or even calling someone a bitch, right? But some people are not. And sometimes you don't know until you've already triggered that person and it blows way out of proportion and way out of control. So be careful, honey, of who you call a friend, and really get to know these people and vet them to determine whether or not this is really somebody you want to call a friend and have in your life for real, for real. Love y'all. Later. Mwah.